many people are playing? Excellent. Alrighty. Player 1, talk to me. What's your name?
45 seconds.
Player 2, how about it? Oh, yeah. Hey, I also need to know if you want a 7-question... Okie dokie.
30 seconds.
Player 1, your buzzer is Q. That's Q, like quack. And player 2, your buzzer is P. That's P as in Paducah.
20 seconds.
20 seconds? Ah, crap. Alright, listen to me. You'd be amazed at how many people screw this up. When a question comes up, if you want it, buzz in first. Then hit 1, 2, 3, or 4 to pick an answer. Real easy. Follow me? Good luck and good riddance.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Woo! All right! Table for two right this way. I'll be back to take your orders in a minute. Well, now, at least you'll both have something to talk about after this. All right, then, let's go. All right, let's get going by passing out the hardware. Listen up. Say the question comes up and your neighbor gets that Mount Rushmore look on their face like they don't know what's going on. It's a perfect time to buzz in, hit the S key, and screw them. Then they gotta answer. Got it? All right, let's do it. Player 1, it's up to you. What's next?
Oh, baby, you're the only one.
The category is Live from the Sidelines, the Fashion Report. $2,000 for a correct answer. Let's see if you can wrap your head around this. What piece of J.Crew clothing could you purchase to wear while competing in a crew event? Oxblood soccer cleats, forest green rowing gloves, goldenrod polo jodhpurs, or a heather and tangerine rugby jersey? Player 1, crew is the term for team rowing events. Of course, you can always fashion some rowing gloves out of the pages of the hundreds of J.Crew catalogs they send me each year. Player 1, hit me with the category.
By night, these computer consultants become the dangerous two.
The category, Andrew Lloyd Web Surfer, and it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right.
She's pissed.
He's pissed.
We're pissed.
So pissed about a question.
We're pissed about.
Okay, this pissed about a question letter comes from Anthony G., a resident of Las Vegas who enjoys musicals. He writes, I've been a fan of YDKJ, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. Your question said which of the following animals would not have a starring role in Cats? The answer you chose was Pekingese, but in the London production of Cats, there is a famous act based on Yeats' poem, The Battle of the Peaks and the Pollicles. Okay, Anthony, good point. But what factual error in his letter makes Anthony G. look like an idiot? Cats was never performed in London, Pekingese is a breed of dog, Yeats did not write that poem, or he's thinking of Phantom. Player 2, grab it! So, Anthony has a point. He says Pekingese dogs make an appearance in Cats. Okay, Anthony, you're right. But Anthony looks like an idiot because the poems of T.S. Eliot are the source for the musical Cats. T.S. Eliot, Anthony, not William Butler Yeats. Well, back to the craps table, Anthony. And, hey, heads up on that Miss Saigon tour coming through Vegas. Oh, they're so cute when they try and act smart. Player 2, give me something. Pucker up for. Your parents really were the enemy. This one's worth $1,000. Okay, you know how your parents used to spell words out so you wouldn't know what they were talking about, like B-E-A-C-H or C-A-N-D-Y or TV? Suppose your parents had used the International Radio Alphabet to spell out their plans for the evening. How would they have spelled SEX? Solo Elephant Xylophone, Star Elvis Xanadu, Sierra Echo X-Ray, or Samba Elbow X-Mass? Player 1, hit it! The International Radio Alphabet uses words like Alpha Bravo Charlie for our ABCs, and Sierra Echo X-Ray is SEX. And before you learn about Sierra Echo X-Ray firsthand, you should learn about the dangers of Victor Delta. Player 1, tell me what's happening. This category is known as our new columnist, the Unabomber. And we got $3,000 in the pot. Well, since Ted Kaczynski is in jail for good now, maybe he needs a new hobby. Suppose the Unabomber wants to start writing for his jail's newspaper. Since it was the first publication to publish his entire manifesto, what paper could he list as a reference on his resume? USA Today, U.S. News and World Report, The Washington Post, or Bombs Monthly? Gotta answer it, player 2.
This'll just be our little secret.
Player 1, it's yours if you want it. Bet you wish you'd pick this. The Washington Post, in conjunction with the New York Times, published the Unabomber's manifesto on September 19th, 1995. I hear next fall he's going to start covering the Redskins. Your pick, player 2. How about it? Here we have able to read Hebrew in a single sitting, and you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Flex those fingers, cause here it comes. Suppose DC Comics creates a new comic book hero named Torah Man who has the powers of all the Old Testament figures. Which power will he not have? Can interpret any dream, ability to communicate with a shrub, ability to turn water into wine, or can kill a giant with a rock? Take a shot. Jesus was the one who turned water into wine, and he's decidedly New Testament. And when they make the movie, they can bring Chris O'Donnell in as his sidekick. Category time. Player 2, it's your call. Coming at you, When Trees Attack, tonight at 11. $1,000 at stake on this one. Okay, suppose there is a show called When Trees Attack. Listen to this description of a tree crime spree.
This tree was caught throwing apples in a malicious manner at a young girl with a basket. The aforementioned tree claims this violence was in self-defense.
What movie did the perpetrator come from? The Wizard of Oz, Return of the Jedi, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, or Swiss Family Robinson? In The Wizard of Oz, the trees pelt Dorothy with apples when she tries to pick one.
When we come back, the gory details of a man who tried to take on a hydrangea bush and lost.
You have the honors, player 2.
Oh my god, I died? I've died and gone to 7!
Say hello to I know where you hibernated last winter. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Just step up and take a swing at this one. Which of the following animals would not star in a movie called Attack of the Killer Rodents? Squirrels, rats, minks, or porcupines? Minks aren't rodents, they're weasels. Minks would star in their own horror movie. No! Don't put on the warm coat! No! Player 1, ante up. Excellent pick. Player 2, here's your chance for that potty break, because Player 1, you're on your own for this dis or dat. The category for this dis or dat question is, the French are good at two things. Okay, I'm going to read off 7 French words, and for each one, you tell me whether it's a French philosopher or a French pastry. As each one comes up, if it's the name of a famous French philosophe, that's philosopher, press 1. And if it is the famous pâtisserie, that would be the pastry, press 2. And press 4 if you want to skip. $500 for each right answer, and $500 will be taken away if you get it wrong or don't get to it. Okay, can I have 30 seconds on the clock, please? Let's do it. Poisson, philosopher, or pastry? Galette. Voltaire. Rousseau. Napoleon. Proudhon. Last one, Croquembouche. That's all she wrote. Well, you got 5 right, which is sort of like, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's throw that cash into your total. Trying to put some food on the table. Let's keep going. I wonder what player 2's gonna pick. For your enjoyment, my baloney has a first name. It's AVANT. How does $2,000 sound? Let's see how you handle this one. The sound of avant-garde composer John Cage's 4-minute and 33-second symphony would make it the most appropriate advertising jingle for which product? Schlitz beer in cans, Welch Allen heart monitors, SecureTex silent alarms, or Semtex plastic explosive? You're screwed, player 1. Give me an answer. The 4-minute 33-second symphony is just 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence. That's it.
I love it, Jean, love it. It's rebellious, crazy, do anything, talk about me, I'm wild. Can you cut it to 30 seconds?
Nice work, player 2. You just screwed yourself. Player 1, your choice. What are we doing? Well, what do we have here? Sweets for the sweet Pyromaniac. Looks like this one's going for $1,000. Hey, did you ever hear how wintergreen lifesavers will make a spark when you chew them? Well, if lifesavers needed to be treated like flint to make a spark, what would the kids need to do to start a fire? Knock 2 lifesavers together, strike a lifesaver against steel, rub a lifesaver against wood, or scrape a lifesaver on a rough surface. No, if 2 lifesavers knocked together made a spark, my mom's purse would have blown off her arm years ago. Player 1, what do you say?
Nope.
Hey, got a minute? Take a look at a right answer. Flint needs to be struck against a hard metal like steel to make a spark. So you'd only make sparks if you wore braces, and face it, you got enough problems without breathing fire too. That's it for round 1. Let's go to round 2. Okay, whether you like it or not, everyone here gets a screw. What you do with it is up to you. 1 apiece. Now remember, everything in round 2 is worth double, so heads up. Player 2, take your pick. This one likes to go by, California, here I come. Think you can handle $6,001 bills? Put your tray in the upright position, it's time for takeoff. If California changed its name to Calipigia, which of these would be the most appropriate new state nickname? Land of the people with nice butts, Land of the plays by George Bernard Shaw, Land of the fowl that are similar to ducks, or Land of the steam organs? In case you're wondering, if you're Calipigian, you have a nice butt. Maybe that's why the traffic's so bad in California. People are getting rear-ended all the time. Your turn, player 2. What's it gonna be?
Alright, angry men, party of 12!
The selection is, it's my party and I want to play. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Okay, here's a bone for all you theater majors. Suppose playwright Eugene O'Neill were throwing a St. Patrick's Day party. If you started complaining because the party supplies were running low, how would he most likely reply? The three sisters ate everything. Relax, the Iceman cometh. The boys next door are bringing more. Or, shut up or feel my grapes of wrath. Player 1. No, The Three Sisters is by Chekhov. We'll ask about him on May Day. Make your move. Player 2. See, now, I could have given you some cash if you pick this. Eugene O'Neill wrote The Iceman Cometh, a famous play about a bunch of losers in a bar. I hear he also wrote a play about well-adjusted, sober, happy people in a bar. It's called Are You Kidding? Not in a Million Years. Category time. Player 2, it's your call. May I introduce, this bet ain't big enough for the three of us. Get it right, I'm handing over 2K. Hey, what do you say we take a sec to check out some personal ads? Let's see, men seeking women, seeking married couples, seeking... Oh, hey, check this one out. Conjoined twins from Siam in search of partners to share our unique lifestyle. Sure, we're joined at the chest, but our hearts are in the right place. Get twice the man for the money. Who placed this ad? Shang and Ang, Yin and Yang, Ping and Pong, or Ling Ling and Sing Sing? The term Siamese twins was inspired by Chang and Ang, twins from Siam who were joined at the chest. Both Chang and Ang married and fathered 10 and 12 kids, respectively. Gee, I guess two heads are better than one. Let's have a category, player 1. And this one is Touch Me, Baby. You get 4,000 clams for this one. Think fast. If the movie The Untouchables were based on the Hindu caste of the same name, what might you have seen in the movie? G-men selling cattle, G-men performing marriages, G-men handling human waste, or G-men rolling in wealth? Player 1. Ooh, must have hit the wrong key. It happens. Ball's in your court, player 2.
Okay, do you take this woman? Hey, I'm talking to you!
For the curious, here's the right answer. The Untouchables are the lowest class in the Hindu caste system and are ostracized because they handle unsavory materials in their jobs.
All right, Capone, we finally got you. Boys, put down that poo and cuff him.
Your pick, player 2. How about it?
Check out my new shouting calculator. 3 times 5 equals...
15!
Let's see what we got going. I'm an egg. Beat me. How does $4,000 grab you? Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. Say you're a feudal lord and you catch someone illegally hunting game on your land. If you want to punish this poacher by poaching him, which of these best describes what you'll do? You'll boil him in water for just over a minute, fry him in oil for 2 to 3 minutes, cook him in liquid that's nearly boiling, or microwave him until he explodes.
Right, time's up. Come on out of that.
But I was just starting to relax.
Player 1, you can take it. When you poach something like an egg, you cook it in a liquid that's hot but not quite boiling. And I'm sure after you punish him, the poacher will have learned his lesson, and then everything will be sunny side up again. Player 1, give me category. Uh-oh, wet suck tit shine floor.
It's time for equalization.
Step right up to your gibberish category. Sticking it to the mafia by going shopping. 10,000 bucks if you move fast on this gibberish question. All right, as soon as you know the answer, buzz in, because I'm taking away some cash every second and a half. Hey, prick up your ears and tell me what this rhymes with. Mob cheater new game mall. First clue, this is when you take from one person. This is when you take from one person so you can give to another. Last clue, how do you think Peter likes being robbed? Gee, Peter, Paul, all we're missing is Mary, who would tell you to hurry it up.
Do you have the money you owe me?
Yeah, I had to borrow it from Joe.
Well, you didn't have to mob cheater new game mall.
Rob Peter to pay Paul, otherwise known as the modern American family's budget. Player 2, give me something.
Scientists concluded that he had been exposed to
17!
Well, looks like this category is, and a poodle skirt on casual day. Better wake up, there's 6,000 bucks at stake. Okay, close your eyes and imagine this. You're going back in time. Okay, open your eyes. It's the 1950s and you're standing on Madison Avenue. Ah! Considering the best-selling book of the era, which man on the street is most likely an advertising executive? The man in the plaid suit, the man in the blue suit, the man in the gray flannel suit, or the lady in red? Take it. The Man in the Gray Flannel Suit was the title of a wildly successful book about an advertising executive. Nowadays, the ad exec would be the man with the pierced ear and the fake ponytail. Player 2, take your pick.
18.
Okay, give it up for... I said, hey, you! And you pocket 2,000 bucks if you get this one. Heads up, here it comes. After you get out of Billy Ocean's dreams, what should you do? Get into his heart, get into his bed, get into his car, or have a tasty sandwich? Get out of my dreams, get into my car. It's a song. Well, okay, but it depends on what kind of car he has. Player 1, tell me what's happening. Now serving more reasons to stay home Saturday night. Set up straight. This one's worth $6,000. Put it in gear, because here we go. If you get turned down by someone for a date because you're just not their genotype, which of the following is most likely true? Your genetic makeup doesn't suit them, you're not their preferred gender, your body odor turns them off, or you're just plain ugly. Nobody wants it? Come on, player 1, you're ahead. Live a little.
Don't be a wimp!
All yours? An organism's genotype is its genetic composition. That's why I always use the line, look, baby, I'm really sorry, but it's just not going to work out until you change your genetic code. Player 1, ante up. Open wide and get ready for promises you'll never have to keep. Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Have you ever had your sweetest ask you, what would you do for me? I love that one. If your sweetest asks you if you'd follow the example of England's King Edward VIII, what should be your reply? Yes, I'd make you a queen, love. Yes, I'd also marry your mother, sugar. Yes, I'd cut off my head, honey. Or, yes, I'd give up my kingdom, dear. Player 1, in 1936, King Edward VIII resigned his throne so he could marry Wallis Simpson, a divorcee. Personally, I'm not giving up the throne for anyone. My toilet means everything to me. Player 1, hit me with the category.
All rise, the attack is now in session. If you see two words that go together on the screen, buzz in and you've got $2,000. Hit your buzzer when they don't go together. You can kiss $2,000 goodbye. Here's the fun part. Remember the clue. The words only match if they fit this clue.
What language do they speak in England?
Tough one. I'm guessing English, but I bet it's more complicated than that. Let's find out.
mercy. Let's see what it did to the final score. Player one's got it.
Player one, you got this trivia thing down pat. I think you need to get out more. Here's a great pickup line I learned.
You don't know Jack.
Woohoo! Player one is in the winner's circle. Someone's gonna get some extra oats at dinner time. Let me know if you want to play another game.
Council on Psychedelics. Dude, can I crash here?
Ow, damn spot! Ugh. I used to stay up nights torturing myself, thinking about how I failed as a wife and mother. I tried everything, but nothing seemed to get those stubborn stains off my conscience. Then a friend told me about Lady Macbeth's industrial strength detergent with new color-safe bleach alternative. With Lady Macbeth, I was able to sleep with my nephew and lock my newborn baby in a cage without having to deal with those tough guilt stains the next day. Now my conscience is clean, and it smells like a cool mountain breeze.
Mom, I dropped ice cream on my new white shirt.
Get over here, you little bastard! But that's okay, because I don't have to be responsible for my careless spills and falls anymore. Because the lady of my house is Lady Macbeth.
Ready to go to lunch, Paul? Hey, something wrong?
Oh man, I got this tune stuck in my head and I can't get it out.
Now there's hope for Paul with new Tune Away. Just insert Tune Away into one nostril and squeeze. Its scientifically tested blend of amnesio acids go right to the tune, first clearing out those driving rhythms, then wiping away the melody until that tune is gone.
Is that tune out of your head now?
That's right, thanks to Tune Away.
And now we can go to lunch, Paul.
Who's Paul?
Tune Away gets rid of that tune in your head forever.
What's lunch? Excuse me, sir.
Are you going to buy anything? Are you feeling
Ring a ring. If you're not going to buy anything, you have to get out of the store.
Brought to you by the American Council on Psychedelics. I saw God.
WALEFM presents Whale Rock! These enormous aquatic mammals rock! 20 baleen-banging whale songs that'll make your blubber boil!
Get your dorsal fins in the air!
All your favorite underwater hits!
Shove it down your blowhole! Bloody harpoon!
Baby got humpback! Go beach yourself! Whale Rock!
Look for it at your favorite environmental music store.
If that's another person calling about our engagement, I'll scream.
It's only been 2 days, but we've retold the story 2 million times.
Well, now you don't have to with the automated anecdote voicemail system.
If you haven't heard the good news, press 1. If you'd like to hear how it happened, press 2. If you'd like to hear about the ring, press 3. If you'd like to hear what color the bridesmaids will be wearing, press 4. If you'd like to
The automated anecdote voicemail system is great for all sorts of big and small occasions. A birth in the family,
there was placenta everywhere,
car break-ins,
They even took the mixtape I just made.
and even everyday anecdotes.
The stinger was still in my finger.
Why waste your time talking to people when you can have the phone talk for you?
If you'd like to hear how it happened in a humorous way, press 1. If you'd like to hear the touching version, press 2.
The automated anecdote voicemail system.
Let the phone talk for ya.